Good day, everyone, and welcome to episode 3 in our series in Transport Fever. I'd like to start this episode with an apology for all those who came and saw the last episode. Towards the end of the episode, I was waxing lyrical about the graphics and the sound effects and the whole ambiance of playing the game. And it was not until after I had published the video that I realized that the audio track from the game had not been recorded. So there I was, rabbiting on, waxing lyrical about all this wonderful stuff, only to discover, of course, that you were not hearing the sound effects that I was hearing, and therefore you wouldn't quite be understanding what I was talking about. And I very much apologize for that. It just goes to show that I can bring the klutz bag with me wherever I travel. But having said that, now welcome to episode 3 in our series, and hopefully this time with sound effects, which you can hear in the background chugging up the hill. And if you listen to the sound effects through the game, you'll find that they match what's going on with the physics, the train coming into the station, building up speed, chugging up the hill, rocketing along a flat. It's all there and it's really good to enjoy. So we're heading into Wongarban at the moment, and we will just be having a look at that. In fact, let's just race ahead of our engine. If I can manage to do this correctly, racing ahead of our engine with all the speed and alacrity that we can muster, which is not all that much speed and alacrity. All right, I want to get into position over Wongarban. Look at that. Ooh, we're inside a building. That's exciting. Yeah, I like that. Okay, cool. This is the wonderful town of Wongarban. And in here are the wonderful people who live in this area. And I think what I'd like to do right now is just position myself for what might well be the thumbnail shot. Who's in for a thumbnail shot? I reckon I'm in for a thumbnail shot. Oh, didn't like that. Okay, all right, stop that. Okay, close you. All right, nobody cares. All right, how's that looking? Can I not get down lower? It doesn't look like I can. How about if I get it coming out of the station? Ah, yeah, there you go. We might be able to do passing or coming towards us. Okay, he's fiddling around a lot here. I'm having a lot of trouble with these keys, I would have to say. I'm going to have to fiddle with these offline to get that right. Okay, I think that might be the shot. Could that be the shot? I think that could be the shot. Yeah, I think that could be the shot. All right, let's just do this so we can get the thumbnail and then move on with the game. Where are you, train? Okay, let's speed you up. We need you to be coming in, not dilly-dallying around. Whoa, okay. There you go. That's the shot. That's it. Okay, very good. We've got the thumbnail. All right. Now, we're running a business. So we're facing the wrong way. I like that better when that was north. Like so. Okay, good. All right, we are running a business and we do need to be making a profit. So the first thing I think I would like to do today is to review the finances. 2.27 million. Now, 1857 last year Construction costs, well, we spent nigh on $900,000, which is right there. This year, it's running costs. We haven't built anything yet, and we're in debt. I think we need to get our profit up a bit. And I think what I would like to do to help facilitate that is just review what our station's doing here. See, we're very close to full loads for our trains in Wambangalang and kind of okay in Wongarvan. So it looks like Wambangalang is starting to be our hub. 268 there, 235, yeah. Wambangalang is growing faster than Wellington, Geary and Wongarvan. We haven't even got to Wellington yet. Actually, which reminds me, what is Wellington doing over here? We should check that out. 147, not going so well, actually. All right. So the first thing I think I'd like to do is modify train 1 so that it isn't an express from Geary to Wongarvan, because quite frankly, one passenger or 2 passengers in Geary isn't going to make a good express service. So let's modify line 1. No, line 1, which is where that's coming from. And there's the express because it goes straight from Geary to Wongarvan. So let's add a station and go back from Geary to Wambangalang. Oh my goodness, I can't even get my tongue around my own country's town names. Okay, so we've done that. And actually, I think I should double check that just to make sure that it took it in. Yep, okay. And I am very tempted. See, line 2 is full. Line 1, not so much. And line 1, where's line 1? Line 1, where are you? Where are you? Line 1, speak to me. Where are you? Can I find line 1? Ah, there you are. You're in Geary. So line 2, you're in Wambangalang. You have queues on your bus stops. 2 people, 1 person, 6 people. Well, okay. Let's just go down here for a second and have a look. Because 6 people is more than 1 coach load. So what we need to be about now is getting our profit margins up. On 1,000. 2 people left. I'm comfortable feeling that you could deal with another coach service. Indeed, I am. So I think we're going to buy another coach, which will handle 4 passengers, $13,000. And you're in the depot. And we want to give you a line. And you are line 2. Okay. So that was line 2 in Wambangalang. So line 3, which is in Wongarvan, you've got some people waiting as well, young fella. There's 3, 4, 5, And one. Okay, well, you're definitely a candidate for another coach. I have no hesitation in spending my hard-earned money and employing people. I mean, just think of the benefits that gives to the town. Yeah, you betcha. I mean, I'm not looking for gratitude, but would it hurt? I don't think not. Don't think not. Don't think so. Okay. So Wongarban, Wambangalang, growing nicely. Geary, just connected, doing okay. We've spent, by my calculation, $27,000. Yeah, 27.5 new vehicles. Very good. And we're making a loss. Okay, but we should be able to get that back with the service. Now, where are we? We're January of this year. All right, let's have a quick look at our vehicles for a memento here. Train 1 is on its way to Wambangalang. From where? Wongarban, I would be guessing, because it's got 12 out of 18. Train 2, let's just put these up here, because we're going to be keeping an eye on these for a minute, because after all, we are running a business. And there are no mods in this game, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. This is vanilla. So I'm actually trying to run it as a business, building up, in my particular case, a rail service. Train 2, 18 out of 18, 12 out of 18. Now, from memory, I can't remember those coaches, how many those coaches take. They take 6. So there's one empty coach on line 1. Interesting. Okay. What options do we currently have? We have that. That's what options we currently have. So fine. Okay. Line 1's 5 waiting. Line 2 is 31 away. So 31. That's huge. That's huge. What have we got down here? Here it's line 1, because obviously it's going to Geary in 18. That's still a full train. But here it's only 4. So who would benefit the most from an extra carriage? You would have to think line 2 at that point. Let's just keep an eye on this for a minute and see what happens when line 2 pulls in there. Train 1 is coming into its station at Wambangalang, and train 2 is coming into Wongarban. 23,000 there. It dropped off all its passengers, took on 18, and there's still 14 left. I think train 2 is about to get a new carriage. So I want train 2 to go to the depot. No, I don't want to sell it. I just want to send it to the depot. And we're going to give you an extra carriage. Now, this is likely going to upset our profitability for the year, but ongoing, I think it's going to be the way forward. So let's just keep an eye on. Actually, let's just go down here and have a sticky beak. Quite nice. The smoke's blowing in the direction of the wind, even as the train travels around. It's a good-looking train. It's a good-looking train. All right, we're in there. We're going to buy trains, right? And what we're going to do here, move vehicle down, move vehicle up. We are going to buy trains. We're going to buy one new coach. 6 passengers. It matches the top speed of the engine. It will last 25 years. 15,000 a year. Well, I think that's okay. And we bought it. So we've now got 4 on there. So that is good. Now we're going to set your line to line 2. And you're going to return to service. And there we go. We've got 0 out of 24. How's the money situation looking? There's our new vehicle, 94,000. And it's in June. So we may not make a profit this year, but we're going to be looking pretty good for the coming year. So that is okay. All right. Now, I think what I would like to do at this point, because we are running a business, I would like to do 2 things. Well, actually, I'd like to do 3 things. I'd like to figure out how to manage this mouse so that it's a little bit less sensitive than it currently is. That's number 1. I would like to get our reserves in the bank up to $3 million. And I would also just like to do those 3 things. Those 2 things, actually, not 3. What was the 3rd thing? Nobody can remember, especially not me. Okay, let's see how we do over here out of 24. 10 out of 24 on Garvin. Yes. What we're also hoping, of course, is that as we increase the availability of the service, people will make more use of it. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to go up for 3 million, and then I would like to come back and we'll do some more expansion of our railroad. And I'm thinking particularly of running train 2 up here to Geary with a bypass being set up on the line so that we don't have the cost of a full line going to Geary until it develops more. So that's what we're going to do when we get $3 million, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you shortly. And before you know it, it's 1866, approximately 7 years since we last spoke. And we did actually tick over to $3 million, but have since dropped back down. But that's okay, because we're there. We're making money. And the railroad is very successful. Well, successful. I won't say very. But of the tasks I did set myself while we were gone, I have not been able to fix the cursor problem just at the minute. So we're back, and there are a couple of things I would like to do. And the first one is just having a look at Geary here for a minute. We're up to 20 very soon after our train has already departed. So I'm going to add another coach to line 1, or to train 1 on line 1. And that will increase us from 18 to 24, which will also help our profit margin. And I'm going to add an extra coach on line 1 in Geary, because the Service definitely looks like we could use one. That's almost an entire coach there and almost an entire coach there. So with the increase in serviceability, we should also see an increase in the town growth. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Stagecoach, yes, capacity 4 at $13,700, and we're going to assign it to line 1 right there. So that's going to help. And our next task, we're going to follow train 1, which is, where's train 1? Show me where you are, please. Where are you? I don't see you. Ah, is that you there? Yes, that's you. You're heading to Wambangalang. All right, so when train 1 gets over here to Wongarbin, we're going to send it back to the depot, and we're going to add another carriage to it. In the meantime, though, we have also got, and I'll just nip over here to show you, we've also got a new train engine and a new carriage. So the Borzig has turned up, as has the Bavarian car. Now, the Borzig is a higher powered engine, and it does have a faster speed of 5 kilometers an hour. The Bavarian car actually gets up to 50 kilometers an hour. But at the moment, I'm going to stay with the locomotives we have. Again, you know, the whole concept of what you would like to do versus the money you have to do it means we do need to show a little restraint. Just a little. And of course, the other thing we wanted to do, and we are going to do now that we have $3 million, is up about in the middle, which I'm thinking I don't want to particularly stop them on a curve. Actually, what's that look like from up here? The halfway point is just northeast of this clump of trees, which is probably about there. I'm going to put a bypass line in there and then route train 2 or line 2 to Geary and back. And I think that will be of great benefit to us. So, actually, let's just start. Train 1 at the moment is on its way to Wongarbin, but not quite there yet. So let's just start down here with our new bypass line. So we're going to come out. I actually want to come out and stay parallel if I can. Too much curvature. No, that's not happening. Maybe there. Too much curvature. I don't want it to be. Okay, how about, okay, before we do this, I think it might be a sensible idea just to pause the game, like so, save it, like so, uh, and then do this. Run a parallel, and then actually make it a longer parallel. Yes. And then see if we can't merge it like so. How are we doing? Yes, that looks good. And that's long enough for, I think, even a goods train. if we choose to do that. And like that. Very good. So, how are we going to organize a bypass on this one? Now, the interesting thing about this is the signals, which I've not spent any time working on. Now, where are signals? Let's go and see how big a mess we can possibly make of this. Now, do they face right or left? Oh my word. Signals. Okay, if you look at the picture, they're on the right-hand side. So I'm going to go up here and say, see, right-hand side. Okay, right-hand side. So I'm going to say if there's a train there, you can't go there. And if there's a train there, you can't go there. And then we'll go to the other end. Now, do we want it the other way around? I think we do. So we want, if you're coming from the other direction, the right-hand side of the rail. There and there. And that should mean that if the signal is stop on the left, you can't proceed because there's another train up there. And I think, I think that when we come out of the station here, there are implied signals on there. But we will put a signal further up, I think. We need to go back to tracks, right? Come out of there and then maybe go that far. And then no, doesn't like doing that. Do that and check that it's connected, which it is. Yeah, which it is. But the signal is on the right-hand side. Signal's on the right-hand side, and there's a train in that section. We want it to stop. But of course, if the bypass is free, it should continue. If the other train is on the other side of the block, it should continue. I'm hearing it, but I am now. The other thing is, all right, so we need to do that. And we need to find train 1, which is there. Actually, we need to talk to train 2 first because train 2, line 2, needs to have Geary added and Wambangalang added back in again. So if we follow that path, I have no idea what I'm doing. And this could all turn out to be a horrible misconstruction. There's 2, goes down there. Now 2 actually has branched to the right. So my question now is, where's 1? Line 1. Line 1, where are you? Let's go with that. You're not going to show me your line, are you? Ah, you're following the same route. No, that's not what we want. How do we move you from there to there? This is tricky. This is tricky. They're both following the same line. I don't think that's what we want them to do. All right. To add stations to the line, press the Add Station button, click on the station. Stations will be added after select panel is open. Signals to terminal assignment, load mode. All right, not helpful. Placement, no vehicles, no charts, no finances. Running costs versus profit. Yeah, okay. Overview. Line. I had the distinct feeling that I've messed this up. But you know what? Let's go ahead anyway. And if I need to fix it up, I might research that offline and have a look at that one. I still have to work out how to fix up the keys so that I can try and get the sensitivity of the mouse down a bit. Right. So train one, which is very nicely there. We will go to where you are. You're on your way to Wongarvan. Train two, take a chill pill for a minute. We just go up to double speed. We'll get the extra carriage on train one. Train two has already been rerouted. It won't be long and we'll get that under control. Come along, come along. We're down to 2.8 actually. We're not done too badly. Here we come. We're coming into the station. We'll take the money from dropping off the passengers and then we'll head over to the depot for train number one. Train number two is coming up. I would like to point out, interestingly enough, which I think is a wonderful thing in the game, that between the years of 1859 and when we recommenced, let's go to the depot now, and when we recommenced, I was watching the difference between the trains with the 3 carriages and the 4 carriages, remembering that both the engines are the same, and even though when they got on the line, their top speed was indeed 40 kilometers an hour, which is what they're rated at, they accelerated slower when they had more carriages. So the engine that was pulling the 4 carriages took longer to reach the 40 kilometers an hour maximum speed than the engine that was carrying the 3 coaches, i.e. this guy here. And I just think the modeling and the effort that they've put into the simulation is really very enjoyable. You know, it's the detail that make this such a great game, and we're only at the beginning of it. So I'm really looking forward to a long and happy career with a railroad company moving forward. Right, so we're in the depot, and we're going to give this guy one more carriage, um, which is actually I could go the Bavarian, but the difference of 90, say 95 to 155, $60,000. Don't think so. Not for two extra passengers. No, not for two extra passengers. So we're going to go with the D13 car. Going to add that. He's up to 4. Then we're going to put him back on line 1. And away we go. Now, while we're on this, I think I'm going to take the opportunity and say that I'm going to pay off $500,000 worth of debt. Now, our interest is at 60,000. So it's not going to give us a lot of extra money, but it's going to give us some extra money, which I'm quite okay with at this stage. So I'm going to do that. So we should now be down to total loan, 550,000. And our interest repayments should start to drop off a little bit. Anyway, and so now we're down to $2.3 million in the bank. I'm going to do what I did a moment ago. We're just going to watch this because I want to see how this behaves itself. When Bangalang signal number 2, one way. Actually, you know what? Why is there no line pass? One way, yes, no. No line passing? What about over here? One way, no. Okay. Two-way signal, all right. Well, keep an eye on this. I'm not confident that I've got these signals at all correct. I know, I think I need to go away and do some research on those, especially because the lines 1 and 2 seem to follow the same track to the right, and that's going to completely undo our passing situation that we wanted to get going there. So let's just put the speed up on this and watch it for a minute or two, and then I think we'll call the episode, and I'll go and do some research on that and then come back. Again, though, I'm going to head back to the $3 million mark. Actually, let's go up and make it 3.2 million, just to make sure we've got enough money in the bank. And then I think we're going to head off track-wise to Wellington. That will be good because there'll be bridges involved. As you can see, we've got some water there. We're going to try and get our bridge over there if we can, because obviously the shorter the bridge, the less money it will cost. And then come into Wellington on this side here. And that will be, then we'll have our 4 towns that we originally targeted connected. And that will be all to the good. Let's come down here. I want to keep an eye on this. I can just go up to 3 to make sure, because where's train 2? Where is train 2? Train 2 is on its way to Geary. Where are you? And you're full. Train 1, free path. Right. Okay. I know. Now we actually will get to see what happens. Okay, he turned to the right. He took what's supposed to be the bypass, not the main line, but he's in the next block. So the tricky bit is going to be, will they pass each other? Big test coming up. The excitement is mounting. Not feeling at all confident about the signal. All right, well, this is going to be the test because here comes the train and he's out of the station and in the block. This is an interesting one because he is too long. Okay. Well, that's exciting. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time to call it on a cliffhanger. Here we are. Our guys have taken the same siding and they're facing each other. So this, to me, seems like an appropriate time to stop the episode and leave you all in suspense, including me, about how we're going to solve this problem. Oh, better just stop that because we're losing money. And I need to go away and figure this out and then come back with knowledge about how to do signals in Transport Fever. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed watching me make an absolute mesh-up of the signalling system and have our trains jammed on our line. If you've liked the episode, there are like and dislike buttons. There's also a notification bell that you can press if you want to stay informed of videos as they're published on the channel. And I will look forward to seeing you in the next exciting installment of Transport Fever. And until next time, it's bye for now.